is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. Now, 5 places where an entrepreneur can seek information from. The first one worthwhile is books. Books, fascinating stuff, books. Even if you were to read just 3 books on a given subject, marketing, business management, etc., etc., you will know a lot more than up to 90 plus people out in the world. And also, by reading 3 books, you have a solid ground, a solid foundation from which to act upon. Because the solid foundation is like, it's the precursor, it's the prelude before you go on to other more complicated things. Having a solid foundation in something by reading 3 books is a damn good way of obtaining information that can help you make less mistakes, help you grow your business. Other one is podcasts. Now, podcasts are interesting. It's audio, often video as well, but see, podcasts and YouTube videos kind of go hand in hand. Ideally, you want podcasts because the chances are the person being interviewed is much more reputable and much more experienced and a professional in the subject, so the stuff they're going to talk about is on point. However, with YouTube videos, the person you're watching is not always going to be reputable, but if you want to learn something specific, you type it in and you find it. With podcasts, it's rather hit and miss. But I go on to podcasts because the person being interviewed is often a professional. And when they talk for, say, an hour, they're talking some damn good, smart stuff. And when they talk smart stuff, they're going to share some really clever ideas. Have a pen, have a paper, or just sit down and listen to it. Podcasts are very powerful, and there's loads of different channels out there. On YouTube, as well as on like iPlayer? iTunes. Well, yeah, iPlayer, iTunes. You find loads of good stuff out there. Just what you want to learn, go and find someone that teaches it. There's always something out there. I used to have a podcast myself as well, but that was a few years ago. Third one is mentors. So a mentor is someone who's ahead of you already in a certain field you want to work in, marketing or whatever. Where you work for them. You can either pay them or you work for free. Now with for free, what you say, the magic phrase is, how can I work for you for free in order to learn from you? Meaning, how can I give you my time, my labour, my skills, my human capital for free, no profit, no incentive, in order to learn from you? I would take that opportunity because it means I can get more done a lot easier while sharing my stuff very easily. Because you see, mentorship is a two-way streak. You can't just go out there. You can't go up to someone who's 10, 20 years ahead of you, for example, or is in management, or who's successful already, and you can't just say to them, teach me everything you know. You know a lot of stuff, whoa, and I'm like, here, teach me everything you know. Teach me, tell me. You can't expect that. You can't expect that, because one, he's busy. 2, why the fuck should he? He owes you nothing. In fact, if anything, you owe him something, because he's given so much out and he's done so much for the world in one way or another. There's no motive for him. There's no motive. It's reciprocity. You've got to give something to him, whether money or time. This is why I say, how can I work for you for free in order to learn from you? Arguably an internship, really, but I'm offering my skills, labour, service to you for free so I can learn from you. Of course, it's up to them to take it, reject it, whatever. But the point is, they owe you nothing, and it has to be a two-way streak. You have to give something. You have to give something to them before they can give you something to you. This is a mistake that I made about a year ago. A year and a half. Early 2016, actually. I found a potential mentor, someone that knew a lot of stuff about a certain subject, and I just kept asking for more and more content. And I realised that that's not the way to go. That's not the way to approach it. You need to give them something. Also, about this year, in February 2017, I got an email from like a business, a businessman that I kind of know through proxy, but I don't think I've ever met him, or might have met him briefly sometime, I don't know when. He has a business in another country, and he sent me an email, I can't remember how big it was. Maybe this. I can't. A sizable amount. Asking essentially, Adrian, you know a lot about marketing. You know a lot of this. A lot. How can I grow my business? How can I do this? How? And I didn't reply for about 2 months. Why didn't I reply? Because the guy just came out of nowhere, came out of the blue, asking me to spill the beans on all these marketing secrets. And it's like, why should I? I can't. Why should I just tell you all this stuff? Why should I? It's not like, give us your bank account, give us your sort code and account number, I'll wire 1,000 quid over and then teach me everything you know. It was just like, just tell me, oh, we're good, mate, just tell me. And I didn't reply. For about a month I didn't do anything with it, then I was a bit pressured. into it. Oh, nice friendly relationship, or diplomacy. But then I didn't reply properly until a month later because there was no incentive. There was no incentive. Just like this guy that you want to approach, there's no incentive. Why should no one's just gonna give you the secrets to how they're gonna grow your business unless there's an incentive. So a mentor, damn fine way to learn from, because you're working on the ground and with a professional often. But he's not going to tell you everything without an incentive, without something. He's not just going to tell you how to grow your business for free. Okay, some people might, but the overwhelming majority, no chance. This email that I got, I didn't reply for 2 months, and then I was always told, just give him a website, just do something. It's like, well, fuck that. I can give loads of ideas. Gave him loads of ideas. Then shortly afterwards, I got an email saying, "Oh, thanks a lot. We'll get in touch sometime." I don't know, phone or whatever. I can't remember. So far, that was like 5 months ago, nothing, or something like that. 4 or 5 months ago, nothing. And it's like, well, they're obviously not serious then, because I can guarantee if they paid 1,000 quid for that, probably more actually, probably 5,000 quid. If they paid me 5,000 quid for all that knowledge, yeah, I can tell you now they would damn fucking apply it, especially in their own market. They would apply it, and well, I don't know the details, but they could easily increase their business, increase word of mouth, increase revenue. I don't know by what factor. I don't know the numbers at all, and this is months ago, but I'm telling you now, if they paid, the more you pay someone, whether in your time or in money, the more inclined they are to give you a damn good service. So even if they paid me £10,000, give us your bank details, we'll give you £10,000, tell us everything you know. In fact, we'll fly over here and sit down for a few days to review the company, or we'll pay you £20,000 to do all that, and to compensate for your loss of time for a week or so. Get here, and we'll give you a guided tour and all that kind of shit. That is what serious businessmen will do. That is what any serious entrepreneur will do. I'll go over the top so as to, you see this, to pick the brain, so to speak. I'll get him over here. Let's talk. Let's sit down, have a few meetings. Not just an email. Tell us everything you know. Tell me. Nah, fuck off. You're getting nothing for 2 months. Now the other one is that I do consulting. People always tell me that I'm smart. This is the 4th point now. People always tell me that I'm smart, that I'm clever, that I know what I'm talking about, that I talk very elegantly. And I've also come to realise that over the years, I'm just a naturally inclined teacher. I just naturally teach and share my ideas and thoughts about what the hell's happening and what the hell they can do and all the stuff that I've learned. Like a patchwork of knowledge from different sources, different peoples and places and experiences and mistakes. Bring it all together and say, okay, do this, do that, don't do this, think of that, be conscious of this, pros, cons of that, be balanced here, don't do this, avoid that, blah, blah, blah. People always come up to me and they say to me, Adrian, that's fucking amazing. This guy emailed me out the blue. I wanted my advice. Why? Because obviously he heard my reputation is so good. So what I do is I do consulting. I do a 1 hour consulting. And what it is, it's 50 quid an hour. We do the money up front because I want to get the money out the way. I'll answer all your questions, but I want to get the money out the way because that way then I can focus on the more important stuff, which is you. 50 quid an hour. So you want 3 hours, 150 quid, blah blah. But bear in mind that that's 50 quid of today. By the time you're watching this, who knows what it could be. I'm gonna have to raise prices very soon. So I do consulting. Mostly around marketing, mostly about business development and entrepreneurship, a little bit of management, but mostly marketing and like sales funnel and getting eyeballs and attention and wallets, getting more customers really, conversion arguably. Now the last point, I'm trying to remember what it was now. The fifth source of ideas is working for someone and observing from them. So this kind of goes back to my 3rd point, we're a mentor. Where if you work for someone, you can just observe. A year ago I worked for my real estate mentor, and I put a deposit down of 750 quid, and I worked for him for around 40 hours, just observing how he does his business. I worked in the garbage, it's a real estate company, so tenants and everything. I worked in the garbage department, I worked in the tenancy department, I worked in the area management, I worked in the head office, I worked with the guy himself that I was being mentored by, with him. 40 hours did everything. In fact, I have a cut, but it's more or less healed, that I got when I was in the garbage department, the trash department. I had a slight cut, but it's more or less healed over the year. So observe. Go into a business and observe. Ask if you can do something, even for free, just to watch, just to observe. Not necessarily to be taught by anyone, just watch how they do things. Just watch how do they operate. Just watch. I'm willing to, even clean toilets, because you never know what you're going to learn. You never know what you're going to see. Just being in the atmosphere, just being in the environment. I learnt a shit ton about tenants, some agreements and landlord like letting agreements, stuff like that, and how to manage tenants, and also at the same time what kind of level of quality of service you need to give. Because honest to God, I saw a lot of holes in the business just by observing, just by watching, just by listening, observing. A business, even if you want, go into here's an idea that's crazy. Just go into a business, preferably shop. I can't see how you could do this in an office. Go into a business and just observe. Just be critical about how, as a customer, just go into a business and just be critical about how they do everything. Go on to Amazon, just observe. Look at the infrastructure, look at the e-commerce, and just think, there's a lesson here. Go to the top. Go to the very top of the game and just look and listen. Look and listen and observe. When I was looking at starting Instagram, I went to some channels like Beyonce and Justin Bieber and other people like that, and observed. Just observed their channel feed, observed their hashtags, the kind of comments they're making, what kind of things they're creating, the colour palette, the layout, observing. Because when you observe or just stop and think and listen, you're asking yourself, there's a lesson here that I can learn, but what is it? Go onto a website, go onto e-commerce, go into a physical shop, go onto a YouTube channel, go onto a Twitter feed, and just think. Just stop and think and look. Look and observe. What are they doing here? What are they doing there? One idea I got from Beyonce is that she went on Instagram Live, and then afterwards, when she ended the live feed, they get an image, a screen, like on Facebook Live, saying, this is how many views you got, how many viewers, and like different people's Facebook profile pictures. And often it says how long you were live for. Take a screenshot of that and post that on Instagram and say, thank you for tuning in. Do it on Facebook Live as well. Take a screenshot, thank you for tuning in. Thank the people who tuned into your broadcast. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Just by sitting and observing what the hell Beyonce was doing. Oh, she thanked her people who tuned into the live broadcast. Oh, that's an amazing idea. I'm going to do that more often. And even, you got that screenshot, which is a JPEG, put that elsewhere. Put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, elsewhere. It gets people engaged, and they're like, oh, what did I miss? What the hell happened? What did I miss? Oh, or where's the video? Where's the live recording? Where is it? Where can I watch it? You missed the video, you missed it live, but here's the rewind, and all that ideas, extra attention, extra way of getting people to come onto the website, the YouTube page, just by observing what Beyonce is doing on her Instagram page. Just by sitting and looking and reading and listening, depending on whatever, but just thinking, what are they doing that I'm not doing? What are they doing that I could do? What are they doing that is clever? What are these people at the very top doing? What are they doing that I could do? Observe, watch, and take ideas from. That's what I recommend as well. So those are 5 ideas: books, podcasts, a mentor, consulting, observation. Now the question of the day is, what are you doing now to take in new information? I don't do the books as much as I used to. I got 1 book, but I'm reading it rather slowly, about sales. Podcasts and YouTube, yes and no. because I find that with YouTube now, and not so much podcasts, but it's like I know it all. I've heard it already. I've heard nothing particularly new. I'm going through a video that's like 10 minutes long, and it's like, oh, there's like one golden nugget in like minute 3 that's like 10 seconds in, and it's like, yeah, nothing new there. So it's like, oh, whatever. Just watch it at ×2 speed and get on with it. Observing, yes, every now and then. I was looking at another YouTube channel because he's been growing quite fast lately, and I was just observing how does he do things. I realised that the mistake I was doing with my channel, with this YouTube channel, is that I was creating content that people weren't really searching for. So, big problem right there. So what I noticed then, someone else's channel was growing really fast. You know, he'd gained 20,000 subscribers in the past 2 months actually, roughly 2 months. And I'm thinking, what is he doing that I'm not doing? And I noticed a few things. I noticed he's uploading, not every day. Okay, good and bad. He's got consistent thumbnails. Okay, that's fine, I'll do that anyway. He's also, twice a week he's going live. He's broadcasting live on, I think, a Wednesday and a Saturday. So, like, subscriber Q&A. There's a damn good idea that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So that's one idea. Observation, I'm going to do that. And I also noticed that in all his videos, he has got certain keywords always in the title. Always in the title something. So I realised right there and then that in my videos, to be discovered and found, my videos have to have a certain keyword in the title as well. There you go. 3 lessons more or less right there. Going live. What was the other one? Well, going live, keywords, and consistent thumbnails. All that just from observing, sitting down, thinking, looking. There's something I can learn. So those are the kind of things that I'm doing. What kind of things are you doing now to take in new information? I've given you 5 ideas. Go and explore. But remember that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification next to it. How cool is that?